I thought, the thing with this channel is we do talk about trucking, we do talk about the spot market, but I also want to touch on other areas, right? And so if you guys don't know, if you're new to the channel, I lost 120 pounds as a truck driver, not as a desk jockey, and did gain a little bit back when I became a desk jockey, and then now I'm on the process of losing it again. So I have a 40-day carnivore challenge that's on this channel. I have my weight loss journey. The struggle is real, parts 1 and 2, and there's going to be a third one here coming up. And so I figured what I want to do is I want to support small channels. All these other YouTubers are tearing each other down, and they're insulting each other, and they're just being a-holes, right? Well, how about we take these smaller channels and build them up, right? Because I'm a small channel in the grand scheme of things. So someone's just starting out. Let's spread the good word. Let's have some positivity, right? So, without further ado, I'm going to bring in our guest for the evening. Ta-da! The Carnivore Trucker. What's up, man?
Not much. Just got done eating some eye of round steak, and my dog is wanting some attention right now.
What kind
But
of dog is that?
he's obviously a bit of Chihuahua and I think Terrier.
Right on, right
But
on.
yeah, he's
I
a good
was look
boy.
I was looking through some old photos, Facebook memories, and there was this one of this Chihuahua. I swear it was like this big around, and the guy that was walking him was, it matched, right? So, our pets suffer
It's
the same fate that we do, right?
yeah, or that funny trope of you always look like your pet, or the other way around.
Yeah, that's exactly what was going on. And then I saw another. You don't do that thing where I saw one time the guy like took his dog and dangled him with the leash so he wouldn't have to get out of the truck to let him go to the bathroom, and then brought him back up. You haven't done that, have you?
No.
Yeah, it was on one of those dash cam type YouTube channels, that are popular right now. Is one of those deals. It's like, man, that's. I think I had a chest thing. It wasn't like from the neck. Oh, hold
Oh yeah,
on. You
yeah.
got to be kidding me. Hold on a second. The self inflicted interview here. So how long ago did you start driving?
I started in I think 2018. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure it was. So it's only been like 5 years, right?
okay. And I heard you
Um,
say something. You were diagnosed with
yeah,
fatty liver disease.
the non-alcoholic,
Yeah.
yeah. And so my doctor at that time, which was a pretty horrible doctor, I only saw her a handful of times.
Hmm.
Um, but she had said that this diet could fix it, and she said that she was going to send me some information for how I could fix it, and then she never did. So I decided to take things into my own hands and started looking up how to fix it, and I ran into like Dr. Eric Berg, Ken Berry, and Thomas D. Lauer.
Hmm.
Um, and Eric Berg, is it Berg or Burke? I think it's Berg,
Berg.
right? Berg.
Berge.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Yeah, you're
I
good.
followed I followed his apple cider vinegar with like tea before bed, drink like
Hmm.
that thing for quite a while. Like I just gave it up like last year. Quit doing
Hmm.
that when I started doing carnivores. When I gave that up, but that seemed to help. It felt like it helped.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah, I was doing keto, and then I was doing like you were telling me yesterday with your juice cleanse.
Hmm.
I was doing OMAD 1 meal a day, and I would have like a big salad with like spinach and the spring mix, whatever.
Hmm.
And I put like avocado, bacon, and boiled eggs in there, and like a vinaigrette. And then I'd have a roast because I used to slow cook in my truck a lot. I would have like a roast with like Brussels sprouts and onions and uh, mushrooms.
Hmm.
So I'd have literally soup and salad for like a 1 meal a day type of thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I saw a little bit of success from that. I did it for a month or two,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of fell off. And then, like I said, in 2020, my mom got the diagnosis for cancer, and yeah, I'd quit my job at that time to go take
Mm-hmm.
care of her, and just seeing a parent go through that, just like literally waste away. It sucks. And then after she passed, I went off the deep end. Really, for like 2 months, I was like drunk every day.
Oh wow.
Maybe not that far, but I was drinking a lot
Mm-hmm.
and smoking cigarettes, and yeah, I was a wreck for a while. And then at a certain point, I was like, I gotta do something. So I went back on the road with the company that I'm at now, and then nothing heals like the open road. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So last January, I went meat based. I would say I wouldn't say it was full carnivore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would have like a steak or my hamburger patties. I got some cooked. I'll show you here in a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. And then I'd have like some cheese curds or like oh yeah, pecans. I love those pecans. The place I was living at, they had a pecan ranch farm or whatever, and I would always get those. Um, yeah, so I would eat that, and I was doing 48-hour fasts too. So I would like eat once every other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I lost a little over 10 pounds in a month. I think that last January, and then got home because I was on the road during that whole part, and then just fell off the wagon. You get home and you just want to relax and eat whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd even quit smoking for the first time, and I caved on my diet before I caved on not smoking. Like I think I went good 4 months. I think I caved in like March last year. I started
Mm-hmm.
smoking again, but yeah, and so I just completely let myself go for almost all of last year, and I got to my heaviest when I weighed in this January. Or actually, I didn't even weigh myself. I was afraid. I took a picture. I should have sent it to you. But I have like a before picture from January. Actually, I might have it on my uh, tablet. If you give me 1 second.
Yeah, if you on the tablet, email it to me and I'll put it up on the screen there if you want.
Sure. Oh, I don't have
So
internet here.
uh, while you're doing that, Thomas Wilson, thank you for the $200. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm trying to get rich, man. I'm trying to get rich. So,
Yep.
but thank you very much, Thomas Wilson. So here's so let me ask you a few things. So you're doing a lot of workout videos. So what on this last? So how much weight have you lost, and how long has it taken you?
Well, like I said, I started on Carnivore January 1st of this year, and
Okay.
I quit smoking that same day too. So
Hmm.
4 days in, I was about to kill someone from nicotine withdrawal and sugar withdrawal. It was a rough time, but um, yeah. How much have I lost? Like I said, January, I was too afraid to weigh myself, but I want to say I was 250, 260, and I'm 5'6".
Mm-hmm.
Um, I weighed myself last week of March for Carnivore Quest beef butter bacon and egg challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and I weighed in at 230. And then the end of April, which was the last time I've weighed myself,
Mm-hmm.
I weighed in at 220. So during the whole month of April, when I was doing a short, like almost every day of me working out, yeah, I lost 10 pounds in that month. Um, that was killer because I'd work out for like an hour and then edit for like 2, and most of the day, most of that time, I wouldn't get to bed until like midnight, and then have to get up at 4, 5, 6. It was bad.
Do you run all over the place, or you have a dedicated run, or how's your running? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm dedicated. Um,
Okay.
I cover 3 time zones, but
Okay.
a big square on the western states.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um. Well, that's cool. So yeah, sorry, I'm kind of thrown off. I had this all planned out, and then I got that phone call. It tripped me up a little bit. Um. Okay. So,
Thank you, thank you,
huh?
Scorpion Trucker.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Sorry,
we
I'm
get
reading
to
the
the
chat a
comments
little
real
bit.
quick. Yeah, let's pay attention to people in the chat here. Pigtail, what's up? Nathaniel, Nathaniel, what's up? What's going on? My name is Nobody. Good evening, Patrick. What's up? Jason, what's up? Jonathan Wheeler, Desiroki Pam, what's up? CDN, just say hi. Can't stay going put. Probably meant going out. Shannon, what's up? Congratulations on the graduate. Thank you, Pigtail. Scorpion Trucker, hey, congratulations on your beautiful dollar. Thank you. Cat videos do go viral, usually. Pale Rider needs a cat. Doesn't Pale Rider need a cat? He needs a cat. Scorpion Trucker, he's all Scorpion Trucker. Check him out. He's got some workout videos and some cooking videos. Um,
Oh yeah. All
yeah,
right.
so I would definitely check him out. Who was this a contest? Who can grow the longest beard? Well, it might be Nathaniel. You
Well,
want to get in on it? Go ahead.
Snorelord's been growing it longer than mine. I'm going on 3 years. And as far as I understand, he's on 4 years, I think.
I think 4 or 5. I can't remember. I'd have to look at my YouTube channel to see when last time I shaved. I think the last time I fully shaved was I had I used a CPAP machine, hence the name, and I go to get my DOT physical. Yep. I go to get my DOT physical, and they're like, yeah, your card wasn't recording at all. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So they gave me
Oh,
a 30-day card. I went in and got a new machine, and I have to show the compliance. So I shaved, make sure there was no other issues, and now I've managed to know how to get the mask on without with the beard. So I've managed that, but
do you have
um
a full face one?
yeah, I have the full face. I can't do the nasal. I did the nasal like 20 years ago, and I couldn't do it. I had surgery. They chopped out my uvula in the back of the throat, and they opened up my throat
Oh,
to help on that because I had sleep apnea when I was a kid. I mean, I've only been overweight since about 25, 26 years old, but as a kid, I was normal size. I was skinny actually, and and I had sleep apnea. It was just the way my throat structured. So they tried to rearrange it back there. It helped, but then I gained all my weight, once I got my CDL. So, um, and I
I
discovered it wasn't just getting the truck, being a truck driver or bus driver. It was something else. We'll get into that as we get into the more comments. We'll talk about that.
okay.
Um, oh, and while I'm thinking of it, there was one video I saw of yours where you're doing some challenge, and if you reach a certain goal weight, you're going to chop the beard off. Is that true? Are you going to do that?
I'm kind of reconsidering.
Yeah. I was
Well,
gonna
even
say.
if I did, I would still keep like an inch or two.
Yeah.
But
So
it's kind of becoming like my brand.
yeah, I mean, trust me, I
Yeah.
know, right? Uh, Doing some cold weekend low board action? No. No trucking. I mean, we're no low board stuff. Boulder Woods, what's up? Sterling, good evening.
Oh my
I'm jelly if
goodness,
I
this
grow facial
guy,
hair. Huh?
this guy.
I'm jelly if I grow facial hair, I look like Joe Dirt. That's not right. So we're like, let's see. $1.91 is the best you can find in your area tomorrow. Yeah, it sucks out there, man. Thomas telling me have a blessed weekend. Scorpion says sorry about your mom.
Thank you.
Don's all business here. Two beards, one video. My brain can't handle this. Dying breed. Okay, so let's talk about Dying breed. He's another guy. He was on the same journey. He's helped me quite a bit on this keto carnivore slash fasting thing. And he and I have been talking for quite a while. And he's also lost a lot of weight. I mean, it's funny. He'll remind me, when he knows when I'm getting kind of frustrated, he'll remind me. He'll send me an old pic of myself. He sent me an old picture of the shirt I was wearing when I met him and his wife here in Springfield, and it's like, keep going, man. You're doing good. Keep going, right? So,
That's cool.
uh, carnivore diet doesn't work. Keto does. There you go, Thomas Wilson. Come on now, people show a little
Hey,
love. Another $100.
whatever,
Thank you.
whatever works for you, you know.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. Thomas hates beards. You follow him on Instagram. Good deal. So, yeah, Carnivore Trucker. He's got Instagram, YouTube. Check out his channel. In fact, let me get your link up here, and I'll put it in the chat here.
Okay. I'm also on Twitter. It's at carnivore underscore TRKR. I'm not on Twitter too much. That's like a once a week type of thing. I'll log in and stir the pot and then leave it for another week.
Yeah, I'm. Twitter goes in spurts, right? There'll be like a full month. I don't even touch Twitter as far as posting. I'm on there a lot, reading. But then, and then I'll post like 8 things at once. Instagram's kind of the same way, and then I'm done. There's this link, everybody, if you guys want to check it out. So let me ask you, okay? So is it so what have been your motivating factors? Obviously, illness was one with the fatty liver disease.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like me, I've also lost a parent to cancer. I'm sure that was kind of a wake up call, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, because you
Um,
hear this all the time. You're like, well, they'll smoke the cigarettes or whatever. And they're like, well, you got to die sometime. I might as well die happy. No, no, that's not how it goes, right?
no,
You
yeah.
know, so um, so yeah, what so what things motivate you? Like, it's all about motivation and discipline. What are the sparks? What were the sparks besides the illness and your mom?
Besides that, um, a lot of it is to set an example for other drivers, just to kind of show everybody that we can be out here and be healthy and active. That's why I started my channel. Like my slogan is, keep trucking and eat bacon and keep trucking. Can't even remember my own logo. But anyway, so I like to lead by example. And like I just want to help truckers. My last video was this, yeah, him right there. That guy, he came out to me at the parking lot at one of the pilots, and he was having trouble. He was a disabled vet, and all of his he had already spent all of his benefit money, his VA money on truck repairs, and he still needed like $400. So he was out in the parking lot asking everybody for help, and I gave him what little cash I could, and then I was like, well, if you don't mind, I have a YouTube channel and we can make a quick video and get the word out for you. And so that's what we did. Um, and then yeah, like I said, that's my mo, is just to be out here with this channel and try to help out other drivers, motivate y'all really, and then let's see. Yeah, I have like exercises that you can do here inside the cab, that Walmart grocery haul, and my what I eat in a day. So it's just kind of to show y'all that we can do it.
Yeah, you're on fire with all these shorts, man.
It's
Yeah,
to be
that's
to
quite a
be
bit.
honest. To
Uh-huh.
be honest, man, that was all in April mostly.
Mhm.
There's like a couple of them I did this month, but um, I'm like at this point a week away from going home, and I'm just antsy. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to get this week done and get home. So I've been slacking on the videos and working out, but um, once I get back on the road after I recharge my batteries, I'm gonna be actually want to make a quick announcement too, for
Sure, go
my
for it.
next workout challenge. It's for June. I'll be doing for 800, or I'm sorry, 80 miles for the whole month of June, walking my dog Chase,
Mhm.
and it's for a fundraiser called Canines for Warriors, and the charity is to provide service dogs to veterans in need. People who have PTSD and vets.
Mhm.
Um, I'm only trying to raise $250, and yeah, I'll be posting videos of me walking my dog and stuff like that. So
Excellent. Yeah, we're yeah, do you have a let's see. I'll put a link up. Let's see. Is it Canine? Is it
let's
that
see.
or
Can you still see
the
me?
letter K? Yeah.
Okay, give
Yeah.
me 1 second. I'll try to send it to you.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I took an interest in your channel, because you got like this. You're trying to fix something. You're trying to better yourself. You're trying to you're trying to help others, and I think that we need more support for channels like that. And we're going to get into the once we so Thomas says, all right, I'm done having fun in here. Got to finish polishing my wheels before the sun goes down. By the way, he is not a leader of men. What are you talking about? So let's see. Yeah, let me get this email up here again. Yeah, just if you want, send me an email, and I'll put the link up, and
Okay,
should be good to go.
I sent it to you.
All right. And we'll put that
There we
up.
go.
But all right, so while I put this up, what is your biggest challenge right now? Trying to stay healthy on the road.
It's gonna sound kind of silly, but it's going back into like old habits,
Mm-hmm.
um, with my diet. Because when I did the beef butter bacon and egg challenge, I cut off
Mm-hmm.
all dairy, and if you see my last Instagram post, I was having some yogurt with a little bit of blueberries,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't had that in like 2 months, maybe longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have kefir, and I've just been kind of sipping on it, and I can feel I'm already like a little bit bloated. Probably gained a couple of pounds back on just because from the adding back in dairy.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm on the fence with dairy. It's like um so so there are times when I become really dogmatic about all of it. Like I'll become super strict, and then the other days where I kind of I'll be a little bit lax. And I gained 40 pounds because I was a little bit too lax, and I was using the keto cheats. And I'm
mm,
still anti-sugar. I mean, sugar feeds cancer. That
yes.
plain and simple. I don't care if it's natural. I don't care if it's processed. I don't care. It's all horrible, right?
Yeah.
Um, so like kefir, I'll drink that, but it'll be the unflavored, just the plain, no sugar in it. Fruits I'll do on occasion, like strawberries or blueberries, but nothing too extravagant. But then there'll be a week where I'll eat nothing but beef, bacon, and eggs, and then there'll be another week where I'll throw in some vegetables because I do like vegetables.
Hmm.
Um, I like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower. I tend to stay within those. Like today, for dinner, I made burger patties. Um, and I took all the burger and bacon grease because I use bacon grease to cook the burgers, and I threw the Brussels sprouts in,
Ooh, that
and
sounds
charred them
good.
up. Yeah, charred them up, and then we had salad. Um, and I'll feel bloated because that's what lettuce seems to do and Brussels sprouts seem to do. So I know
Hmm.
that I feel the leanest when I'm 100% carnivore.
Yeah.
And then definitely with the fasting, I think that it was the fasting that, and going back to being dogmatic about it, it was that kind of helped me lose 25 pounds since April 1st, and it got me feeling like I did when I after I'd lost 120 pounds, and so what I don't think I remember you telling me how much weight have you lost total? What was it?
Um, I think I'm around 40 pounds this year. It might be
Okay.
30 because, like I said, I was afraid to weigh myself at the beginning of
Yeah.
January. But yeah,
Well,
I know composition wise, I have that picture real quick.
oh, okay.
So, see if you could see that.
Oh wow.
Big
Yeah.
old belly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like when's that
and
baby
then
due?
right, and then
That's
this
what a friend of
looks.
mine used to come up to me. He goes, "Mo, when's that baby due?" And I'm like,
Yeah, and then here was with that the end of April weigh-in
nice."
picture. So yeah, it's just
You know, you talk about the scale. So number one, do you carry a scale on the truck?
yeah, but I really only weigh myself once a month.
Okay.
I don't bother with worrying myself every day over it.
Well, here's what I found with the weight. Right. So with the scale, it's funny. Every day I'd weigh myself with the truck stop quarter. The deal. And of course,
Oh yeah,
it
yeah,
would
yeah.
vary. It would vary within 10 pounds. But what I've found and what I was told, and Dying Breed told me this as well, is that sometimes you're not losing actual physical weight, but your body is changing. And so like the weight's rearranging to where you're leaner. In other words, I found myself maybe only losing 5 pounds one week, but then I could feel like the belt was looser, the pants were looser, the t-shirts look bigger, even
Hmm.
though even on weeks that I don't lose a whole lot of weight. And so I find that it's your body trying to, you know, morph and change. And so I do weigh myself every morning, but
Hmm.
I don't get caught up in it. And it's almost like a contest, right? Like if we go out to eat, or if I only did like if my fasting's only at 16.8 for a few
Hmm.
days, I'll get on the scale and I'll see what affects me. Like if I have a bunch of vegetables, um, or if I was doing my keto cheats, I would see what that would do to the scale. And there was one day during one of my, I think my 42-hour fast, where I lost literally like 6 pounds of water. I mean, I was
Dang.
drinking these huge 1 liter, alkaline water, and sorry, the cat wanted out, and I couldn't keep up. Between the coffee and the tea and the water, man, I couldn't keep up. But it was fascinating to watch. And so what I found in my journey, this is while I'm in the truck,
Mhm.
was that I had to change my relationship with food. It was easy to say, okay, sugar is poison. Okay, so I got that covered. But then, you've heard of that experiment with the Pavlov with the dogs,
Mhm.
with the ringing the bell, and then they would see the guys in the white coats and they know that they were getting fed, so they'd salivate. Well, we also have been conditioned. So, you know, talking or reading Dr. Lustig's book and Jason Fung's fasting guide, they talk about how one of the biggest challenges of fasting is habit. Like, so here's what happened to me. So my biggest weakness was breakfast burritos. Like, if I was at a
Hmm.
truck stop that had the McDonald's, I would order two of the value meals. I would order the sausage egg McMuffin and then meal with the large coffee, and then I would order the two two burrito meal with a small coffee, because that's exactly what filled up my big travel mug, and I would eat that. That was how I started my day for a long time.
Hmm.
Um, and so when I started to only eat at noon, when I started to go full blown keto, that was a huge challenge, and I avoided McDonald's for like over a year and a half. And to this day, if I even talk about McDonald's, my mouth waters. And so there's something to that. There's something going on in the brain chemistry that is basically habit, right? Um, so I found myself, even though I wasn't hungry when I was full blown keto, still wanting to get that breakfast burrito if I was inside the truck stop. So I thought, you know what, just you need to not go in the truck stop, if that's going to be a struggle. And so I'd make
Yeah.
my coffee in the truck, and that eventually worked. But what I had to do is I had to change my relationship with food. And so one of the tricks I would do is I would do the iron skillet breakfast buffet to go. I would fill up
Huh.
the tray of bacon, eggs, sausage, bologna, all their meats, right? Maybe a little bit of mushrooms, maybe a little bit of onions, and then I would throw that in my fridge. And then about 1 o'clock during my 30-minute break, I would eat half of it, and then at the end of the day, I would eat the other half, and that was a big, huge, and it also saved me money too. And I would do that on the weeks that I didn't wasn't able to get to a Walmart. I'm pretty blessed of where I run, and I know the Walmarts that have the truck parking. I've figured out the tricks, and so that helps a lot. But then when I started doing one 24-hour fast a week, because LVC his challenge out every Friday, we call it Fasting Friday.
Hmm.
I figured out I like to eat when I'm sitting at the dock. I figured out I like to eat out of boredom. I figured out that if I was looking for a load, and I was having trouble, I was striking out with the brokers, that I tended to, in order to give myself a break, I would stand up and I would eat something, and I did that at home. So now I'm booking loads for anywhere from 2 to 5 trucks. And when I get frustrated, I got up and I would go to the fridge and I would eat something. So that's where my weight gain, because I was eating too often. And because of years of insulin resistance, which is probably what you had with the fatty liver disease,
Hmm.
um, I'm super sensitive to that. So we have to. So I became very dogmatic about eating once a day, and then I've done 3 fast over 36 hours. I did one for 42, one for 40, and the last one was 38. Um,
Wow.
and then now I'm on a 20 off, 4 on kind of pattern right now. Now tomorrow I'll probably only be at a 16, but then I'll probably fast all the way till Tuesday after that. And that's been the game changer for me because even being keto or carnivore, I was eating too often. I was eating
I
out of habit instead of eating when I'm hungry.
Yeah, I think I might be struggling with that right now, to be honest. Because I'm naturally hungry in the mornings,
Mm-hmm.
and so while I'm driving, ah, this is four of my hamburger patties,
Mm-hmm.
and this is probably close to 2 pounds of meat right here. And I'll usually have that down before like 11 o'clock in the morning. Um, I have been like consciously trying to skip eating uh, afternoon, but no, I've been trying to eat. I've been eating like what little steaks I have, and last night I had some yogurt, stuff like that. So I try to like what I want to do, but I'm struggling with is eating at like sunrise and then stopping at like 11, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
noon at the latest. Give myself a 4 to 5 hour eating window and then just fast for the rest of the day. But because, like I said, I'm naturally hungry in the mornings, and then I guess I'm probably I don't know if hmm, yeah. Usually I'm hungry again towards the end of the day. So, but I try not to eat within like 3 hours of going to bed. So
Yeah, that's your insulin spiking. So you know it, what you'll find is that here's what I found that
mhm,
if I ate a high carb meal, like take Thanksgiving for example, right? That's a high carb meal. That coma that everybody blames on tryptophan, that's actually all the carbs. And
yeah,
so you find yourself the next morning you're hungry because there's a whole doctor thing that Jason Fung and Dr. Barry has talked about, and we won't even get into that, but the body is naturally going to ask for food in the morning because it's used to. So in other words, you're it sounds like you're at the stage where I wasn't fat fueled, I was still carb fueled. And so here's what I found.
hmm
If if I so what I do is I get up about 6 or 7, usually about 5. I get up at 5. This is in the truck. My runs were normally the same, and I would drink my coffee, try to have my willpower to not buy anything inside the truck stop, and then I would about 9 or 10 o'clock I would get hungry, and it's a wave. You just ride that wave,
hmm,
and after, as long as you don't have the shakes, as long as you're not nauseous or have the shakes, you're good, right? It's just discomfort for a minute. You're a weightlifter. You know all about discomfort, right? So you have to think
yeah.
of it in that sense, and that's what this is. It's a perspective change. And then what would happen with me is I would belch, and then my hunger would be gone.
Hmm,
And then it would happen the same thing, same time. The same thing would happen at about noon, and that's where I would give in and have a little bit, like that iron skillet thing. I would have a little bit of that. And
hmm
then when I was shut down by 5 or 6, that was when I would eat the rest. And I usually went to bed about 9. But here lately, what I've been doing is that urge to eat at noon. I've been fighting that one, and that sometimes it's hard because my wife, she works from home, so she'll make herself a lunch. It'll smell good, and I'm stressed out by that day, by that time, by dealing with the brokers and stuff. And so I have a tendency to eat, and I'll eat this big meal, and then I'll still eat dinner with the wife, and that was causing problems, right? So because my wife's a great cook, so it's hard not to eat what she serves, right? So so what I've been doing now is about going until about 4, I'll eat some pork rinds or I'll eat some bacon, and then I'll have whatever. It depends on what she's serving for dinner. And if she's serving the dinner I know I won't eat because of the ingredients or whatever, what I'll do is I'll eat a big meal at noon, and then I won't eat until the next day at dinner. And so that went from a couple of pounds a week to a pound a week to the plateau to boom, 10 pounds a week, 5 pounds a week. So, and it brought back how I felt when I first became fat fueled. And so if you find yourself hungry at 9, then, or when you first wake up, just ride that wave and probably might up your fat intake. So you're a little bit more satiated.
I've been playing with my fat ratio because, well, when you eat a little too much fat, you feel it coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been playing with that because I've been experiencing that.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Basically, just cutting out butter for me has been cure.
Wow.
Like if I just stick with the burger patties,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'm not feeling it. You know.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So I think that what I did for a while is I'm also Snorelord on my Fitness Pal, and
Oh,
and so I did I think I did 5% carbs, 20% protein, and 75% fat, and that seemed to be what worked the best. And so through this journey, through the fasting, you know, if you're paying attention, especially when you do a 24-hour fast, you find, okay, what are triggers for eating? Just like smoking, what triggers you to smoke? What triggers you? You know, you got the hand to mouth motion that you're used to. It might be stress. It might be something going on at home. You know, it could be any one of these things that trigger that. Well, it does that with food. And so when I read Dr. Robert Lustig's book, The Hacking of the American Mind, I realized that, you know, between that and some of the other books I've read and some of the other videos I've watched, the addictive qualities are not just in sugar, but you know, maltodextrin's an addictive substance. MSG is an addictive substance, and there are foods that have these things. You don't even. Why do you even have to have that? Like rotisserie chicken, right? If you're dirty keto and you need something in a pinch, buying that rotisserie chicken at Walmart is better than you know
chips.
you know, chips or you know, a Whopper, right?
Yeah.
And but they put maltodextrin in that. Like you read the ingredients. So it's funny when I go grocery shopping with my wife, I kind of make her miserable because all I do is walk around the store and look at all the labels and get depressed because 90% of the food in the grocery store is not good for us. And even
Mm-hmm.
the things that are deemed healthy. And so when you talk about dairy, the only dairy I was doing for a minute was butter, but also I do the non canola based like Kerrygold. That seems to be the best butter that I found. Walmart does have a straight straight butter, but um, yeah, there you go. So, um, and then heavy whipping cream for my coffee on occasion. And what I found was that there's some ingredients in the heavy whipping cream that doesn't agree with the gut. What's the ingredients on that?
We it's organic grade A cream milk
Mm-hmm.
and jelly and gum. So
Gallon
two
gum.
ingredients. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just those two
So
ingredients.
I did some research on the gallon gun
Uh huh.
or gelling gum, I guess. And
Are you gonna make me throw this away?
no, 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 no. So it's an experiment, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
what I found is that, and I have this weird theory, and people in the chat are going to think I'm nuts, okay? And I've only got
Mm-hmm.
16 people in here. I told you my Saturday Night Live feeds don't do very well.
That's fine.
So
Nobody's gonna watch me on my channel tomorrow anyway.
that's fine. Uh, I found that, doesn't it seem like the world's lost its mind? You watch the news, you watch all the people losing their mind. We're not going to get political here. We're not going to get into any of that stuff, but on the surface, it seems like everybody's lost their mind. About 2 years ago, I met this woman named Carolyn O'Byrne.
Mhm.
Um, she wrote a book called Gut Instinct, and I did a promo for her, and I read the book, and she talks about how gut bacteria is the key to health. And when you find out that a lot of these foods are destroying our gut bacteria, well, the gut bacteria affects the mind as well. So if you have habits that you can't control, like for example, cigarettes.
Mhm.
Cigarettes, we all know they're addictive, right? We all know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, a lot of these cigarette companies have bought food companies and they're using the same methods. And so if you can make like there's a guy that did the 30 days of McDonald's, Supersize Me.
Yeah, I remember him.
And there was one point where he was so sick of McDonald's that he was throwing it up. An hour after he threw up, he would crave the food. What else does that? you know and so when you look at the addictive qualities of MSG, modified food starch, maltodextrin, and so the heavy whipping cream having that gelling gum, so I looked that up, and it messes with the gut bacteria.
Hmm.
Same thing with the Gooer gum and some of the others. And I was reading some, like I only get the organic cream if I can, when I'm in the truck.
Mhm.
And some of the brands have like all these other additives. It's like, what do you even need this for?
Yeah, like that cream that I showed you, that was 2 ingredients, and that was the cleanest one I could find at that place.
No, that's a good brand. The one that you got, it only had two ingredients, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so what I found is like, okay, so what's the purpose of the carnivore diet? It's kind of an elimination diet. And so when you slowly introduce things back in, obviously you're having an issue with maybe some dairy in the fruit. You can feel yourself bloating, so you kind of it's kind of a way to reacquaint yourself with your body.
Yes. Like my thought process right now is, um, well, what I've been doing is being a little bit looser when I'm home, not like going crazy, but like I'll have like an avocado or some mushrooms while I'm home on top of what I usually eat, and maybe like a tiny bit of honey and like some coffee, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but like I said, that's so, and I'm so close to being home, and I'm just like, I might as well start it.
No, I hear
So
you.
yeah.
It's a struggle, right? It's a struggle, and we're inundated with all these channels yelling at us. Thomas Wilson mentioned Dr. Boz. She's really good. And right now,
Oh
my
yeah,
focal
I like
point
her.
is more about insulin resistance and how often you eat.
Hmm.
Because like oh, who's that late night guy? Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen old footage of Jimmy Kimmel when he's just a comedian? He was a big dude. Like look up old photos of Jimmy Kimmel. He was on I think one of HBO's NFL shows. He did this perfect impression of John Madden and looked and acted just like him, and he did alternate day fasting, which is how he looks now.
Hmm.
And a friend of mine mentioned to me that he had a buddy of his that was over 100 some odd pounds lost when he went to alternate day fasting. And so that Jason Fung Guide to Fasting book, that really taught me that number one, this is how we're supposed to eat. This is how humans are supposed to eat. And
Um.
then when you combine Dr. Barry with the whole we're not meant for a lot of this agriculture, it just made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. If I can get into the weeds of the science behind carnivore for a
Sure.
second, like from what I understand, what I've heard is like uh, all the grains and bread and stuff was kind of like starvation food back in the day.
Yep.
And like if you go back to Roman times, they only ate one big meal a day. And then um, you're distracting me, buddy. Um, I had a good point, and my doggy. Um. Anyway, yeah, and then through the archaeological records, you can tell when someone was born before or after the agricultural revolution because they after the agricultural revolution they would have like messed up teeth, cavities.
Hmm.
Their bone density was a little bit less. Um, they were a little bit shorter than they used to be, and that was just introducing a little bit of grains of bread, and 10,000 years, or I'm sorry, was it like 7,000 years later?
Hmm.
I mean, we're America's at least top five least healthiest countries in the world, you know, and nobody really. It just boggles my mind that it's so prevalent and people don't know or understand any of that nutritional stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, Jason Fung, he did a video. I actually paid my kids to watch it, when they were younger, because what it did was it taught that the food pyramid that we've been taught was completely wrong. It was based off of bad science, and it was literally the exact time that our health started to decrease in America.
Yeah, and
And
uh,
go ahead.
the Kellogg's and Seventh Day Adventist Church as well
Yep.
had
Yep.
had a lot to do with what we're dealing with right now.
Right. And so if you're overweight, it's a hormonal imbalance, not a caloric imbalance.
Hmm.
Because you have people that can eat 3,000, 4,000 calories a day in meat and eggs and lose weight and become lean. And you have someone that might eat 2,500 calories a day and it's all the bad stuff and they're gaining weight. So that tells me that, I mean, it's just, and so when I listened to this fasting book by Jason Fung, I was like, how did we not see that? How did we not? It makes so much common sense. How did we not see that? How many times did you hear as a kid, "Hey, don't feed that to the dog"? Why? Well, because it's human food. It's bad for him.
Yep, yep. And if anybody listens to Bart K, he's always griping about the calorie stuff because calorie is a measure of energy when we're pretty much based on mass. Like I can't explain the science of that one. I leave that one to the doctors to explain. But yeah, like you can obviously still overeat on a carnivore diet. I'm not saying calories are completely out the window, but
Hmm.
there's something to be looked at. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
and
obviously, we should real quick say we're not doctors.
yeah, we're not doctors. Yeah, we're just two bearded guys that have figured a couple of things out. But that's it.
we
Um,
think we figured some things out at
yeah,
least.
yeah, exactly. Um, No, I think it's a daily struggle, and so what's helped me is I have a rebellious side to me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm angry that they made this food addictive because I've seen it destroy people,
Oh
and
yeah,
so that anger is what makes me, you know what? I'm not going to give into this system. I'm not going to give a doctor any more of my money. I'm not going to be on meds for the rest of my life. I'm not going to, you know, need shots for my joints. I'm not gonna, I'm not playing that game. And I've noticed that we've gotten into that game with our pets. Like right now, we spend, a lot of money to keep our dog alive, who's got a heart issue. And it's like, where did that come from? It came from, diet. So, keep the person or animal alive. What's that?
dog food,
Oh, okay.
ground beef.
Oh, nice.
All he eats is ground beef.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. There's this chick. She equips herself. She's a gun gal, and she feeds her dog a complete natural diet. It's like raw chicken, some carrots, stuff like
I'm
that. Um,
I'm trying to
you know,
slowly convert him to a raw meat. Uh, he's just now starting to like with his guts get used to the cooked meat.
well, that's
Honestly, it
good.
saves me money.
Uh, I bet. How much does like a pound of beef, ground beef, last for him?
Actually, I cook those 5 pound tubes.
Okay.
I cook him one of those once a week, and that'll last him. So that's about 17, $18 a week that he alone eats. One of those tubes, one of those 5 pound tubes, will last me 2 days.
Oh wow. Trying to put this book up.
Okay.
This book was a game changer for me. And it really kind of explains the insulin resistance. So if you find yourself, that's kind of what's happening when you're talking about your hunger pains. If you just ride that wave, man, you're good to go. Let me put this text up on the phone here or on the chat.
Yeah,
Here's
get
a
these
link to the book,
ketones going.
and there's that, and then I'll share the screen here. I bought the audio. Well, I got the audio book when I had when someone gave me the Audible, and
Hmm.
of course my subscription ran out. But I did download a bunch of books, and I just finished this one, and then I bought the physical one, so I can refer back to it, and then also I've let the wife read a little bit, and she, you know, some of the stories were surprising to her, but this has been a really really good book. It just it's that common sense thing, like the food pyramid's upside down. It's like we're
Hmm.
meant to feast and famine. We're meant for that. You know.
Yeah.
So it's been, and Jason Fung,
Yeah,
he's a
he's
heavy
great.
hitter. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'll have to find it on eBay. I don't give Amazon my money anymore.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. So
There's quite a few companies I don't give money to anymore.
right. So
Yeah.
that's how I am, and that's how I look at it. Like I don't want to give the pharmaceutical companies any money, so I need to keep because I was getting pre-diabetic. I might still be in that zone.
Hmm.
What I need to do, and here's what you're doing different than I am. I need to increase my weight resistance. I took weightlifting in high school, so I got a little bit of experience with it. But shit, that was 33 years ago. Um,
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
51.
Wow. Okay. You're
Wow, damn. How old are
well.
you?
You're 32.
Okay.
You're a year younger than my mom was when she passed.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, my
but
dad was 59 when he passed. So
oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
Well, if you want to if you want to ease into weightlifting, my my latest video that wasn't about that weightlifting that you can do in the truck. That
Hmm.
one's very low impact.
Yeah,
So
I've
that'll.
got some 5 pound weights and some 10 pound weights in the living room here. I did keep two 5 pound weights in the truck, and I had a shake weight. I had a shake weight. I actually got a shake weight. It was like on sale, it was like $5, and I thought, hey, why not? You know.
Well, at my feet right now, I have 15, 20, 225s, and a 10 dumbbell in the side compartment right here
Uh-huh.
underneath my bed. I've got a set of 35 dumbbells, and then I've got 100 pounds for my barbell, and my barbell is right above me on my. It takes up the whole room up there,
Yeah.
uh, and that barbell is 45 pounds by itself.
Hmm. I had a weight
So
bench for a minute. I think we still got the bar, maybe. Um, my wife's not here to confirm that, but I think we gave it to the kid. But um, yeah, I've been doing this low impact stuff. I've been following a channel called HasFit. We were doing one of theirs for a while, and I found myself not wanting to exercise in the morning. So I'm
yeah.
still trying to figure out the best rhythm. What I have started to do was I was doing pretty good about walks every morning,
Mm.
but we've had some rain. We've had, there might be an issue where I got to book a truck right at like 7 a.m. Between 7 and 8, if I'm not live on YouTube on one channel or the other, I'm usually working or there's something else going on. Like this week, I got a dentist appointment, and dispatch should be kind of light this week, so I might have more chances to. And then the other thing, my wife and I will sometimes go for a walk after dinner, which is Dr. Baker talks about that, um, about helping the glycogen scores after you eat. And then I was working out. I did a bunch of yard work on my 42-hour fast, and that became an issue. So I think I was too dehydrated. So it's a trial and error. It's something. You know,
Yeah, we got to figure out our our own bodies, get back into that. Uh, Six Semper Tyrannus. Be afraid to leave them leave them off at a way station on a heavy load. Snorelord, he knows. I went through some crap with an overweight load that almost set me back. Uh, well, it did set me back. I got there. I probably shouldn't say, but I dealt with that. It was a whole big thing. Sent me back probably a day and a half, man. Uh,
yeah,
I didn't. It was rough. It was really close. Finally, when I got it right, it was super close.
yeah.
Um, but and that was the first time I've ever had to like in my 5 years. This is the first time I've ever had to fight with that.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had some doozies. If it gets to like you have to slide or the fifth wheel, I'm out, man. You're reloading this. I don't slide the fifth wheel. So I've slid the
Yeah.
fifth wheel. I've been driving since 2008. I've slid my fifth wheel 3 times, and they were because they were brand new trucks and they had to be put in the right spot. I said I've never done. Now I take it back. When I was a trainer at Transland, I had a T660, and I had to make sure that the steers didn't go over 13.2 because of the, you know.
Mm,
So
yeah.
if I had a pretty heavy set dude in the truck, I did have to kick the fifth wheel back a little bit, just to keep the weight or forward, I guess. Just or no, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but that's it. I only had to do that twice, but so yeah, I can count on one hand how many times I've ever slid a fifth wheel. If it can't be loaded right on the trailer, then I want nothing part of it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I think I've slid my fifth wheel probably about the same time you have.
now, where I'd worry with all that stuff in your truck is if you have a rollover or a collision, all that stuff, coming forward.
I have ratchet straps up there that I've been meaning to ratchet some of that stuff up, but
That's
yeah, I hear
that
you.
that
I worry about that myself.
yeah, that's something that you might want to consider. So
Ah,
um, but anyways, is there anything else you want to add? I mean, we've been on here for an hour and a half and almost, and I appreciate you coming on the channel, man. It's good to see someone that's taking control and trying to make some changes. And it sounds like you and I can have, I think we talked on the phone the other day, and we talked for what, an hour.
it felt
And
like two.
yeah, and it's like we have a lot in common besides the beards. I think that we can help each other in our journey,
Yeah,
because
we.
I'm at a further point than you are when it comes to the keto weight loss and carnivore thing. But
Mhm.
also you've got the weight thing down that I don't, that I'm just now starting. So it'll be interesting to kind of combine forces, and so
Yeah, yeah. I would like to do this sometime again.
Absolutely.
We were talking about coming on my channel tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, so everybody check out Carnivore Trucker's channel. Hey, this is Snorelord. Thanks for watching this clip from one of my live feeds. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and we try to go live and we try to do some recorded videos. And hit the thumbs up, and it helps the algorithms. It helps the YouTube, Google gods. So thanks for watching.